bipolar. I'm schizoaffective, where I had delusions and aversions to food. I was having trouble eating. I remember like feeling sad at a young age and not feeling like I quite fit in. I was on the path of destruction. I wanted to hurt myself. I wanted to die.
When I first started hearing the voices, at first I thought they were spirits, so I didn't tell anybody. But it got so extreme that I couldn't. I was in classes at Santa Fe, and I was dropping classes. And then I think somewhere along the line I told my parents that I was hearing voices.
Mental illness kind of slowly deteriorates everything in your life. You don't enjoy being with people. You just want to be by yourself all the time, and that is even more dangerous, being alone, because you don't know what you might do to yourself.
It was like, you know, so frustrating. Why won't you just get out of bed? Why won't you just do the things that you need to do? Go to school. You know, and our hearts were breaking because we couldn't get her to do those things. And then you begin to realize it's not that she won't, it's that she can't. It's not possible for her.
I was unable to enjoy a lot of the activities that were ongoing in school. I was hardly ever out of my room. I was constantly sleeping. I was irritated almost by everything, and I was suicidal, and I lived close to a river, so it was really dangerous for me to walk around anything that had to do with water, because I was afraid of, you know, possibly being tempted to jump in and end my life.
We have to give people help earlier so that they aren't in crisis and picked up by the police and then arrested and go to the jail. You know, 32% of individuals in the Alachua County jail have some kind of mental health issue, on whether or not they're on medication, and that's wrong.
The way that you get initiated to treatment for major mental illnesses is often through law enforcement. So most communities are now seeing that the CIT program, the Crisis Intervention Training or Crisis Intervention Team, is extremely effective, and there's a lot of buy-in from the major sheriffs and police officers, because it turns out that statistically the jails and prisons are the single largest mental health provider in this country.
We were talking about it today. You don't have to go very far outside of our county, and there's nothing. There's nothing, and we hear about it all the time. And that's one of the things that that one of the missions of NAMI is advocacy.
The legislators aren't totally to blame, because they answer to a constituency that votes for them that doesn't care. And so this is why anti-stigma efforts are the biggest bang for the buck in terms of advocacy, because if you can impact communities in terms of cultural acceptance, that has a trickle down into the legislature for funding for community services that will affect the very constituency that has the mental illnesses at a high level, between a quarter and a fifth of the individuals back in the communities that they're serving.
I was fortunate to be able to take the family-to-family class, and I took it while Alexis was at the state hospital. And again, a very difficult time, but that course really helped me to understand the illnesses better.
That training changed my recovery. It jump-started my recovery. It really did. I learned a lot about wellness. And what it meant to stay healthy.
There's so many ways that it could help. And I'm sure, I believe that probably everyone could benefit from taking the peer-to-peer class if they're living with a mental illness.
When somebody tells me, I'll start tearing up now, because when somebody tells me how helpful I was to them and how much they appreciate it, I tell them and they say, why are you doing this for me? I say, because other people did it for me. When I was crying and in crisis, other people said, you're not alone, I'm here for you. I admire her a great deal. She has so much courage because she suffers.
You know, in terms of silver lining, I may have learned more about life from him than I have just in living my own life. Just having him for my son has taught me a lot about life, and I've grown a lot because of David's major mental illness, having schizophrenia. I'm clearly not the person that I probably would have been without that, and that means a much better person for it. So if that's any consolation, we can look for silver linings. I'm appreciative of David being in my life.